So you've saved for your down payment. You found that perfect home. But wait, how much more are you actually paying to close this deal? The truth is, closing costs in New Brunswick can surprise people if you're not fully prepared. So today, I'm walking you through a full breakdown of exactly what costs to expect when buying a home, so there is no surprises on closing day. I'm Sheldon Drover, your local realtor, and this is the exact conversation I have with my buyers every single week. So come on, let's break it down together so there's no surprises for you. Let's start our conversation with the biggest closing cost of all. This is the land transfer tax. In New Brunswick, this tax is 1% of either your purchase price or the assessed value, whichever is higher. So let's take a $400,000 home. You're looking at about $4,000 just for this fee alone. This is often the one buyers forget about until the very end, and knowing it up front is going to give you peace of mind. Around here, we jokingly call it the Welcome to New Brunswick tax, but in the end, it's very predictable to know what you're gonna pay. Next up, we have our legal fees. Your real estate lawyer handles all the behind the scenes work, title searches, paperwork, tax adjustment, registration. Basically, they're your transaction safety net. You can expect to pay between $1,000 and $1,500 depending on the complexity of the deal. And yes, on closing day, you're probably going to be signing more paperwork than you have in anywhere else before. But don't worry, it's truly worth it in the end when you get your keys. Now, let's talk about the title insurance. This is a one-time fee, usually between $200 and $400, that protects you against things like title issues, legal disputes, or missed liens. It's technically optional, but I always recommend it for peace of mind. Think of it like your background check insurance for your house. Now we have a big one. This is your home inspection. They are key and vital to the process. They're typically going to run you between $500 and $800 depending on the property size, but your inspector will do a thorough review of the home, checking the roof, electrical, plumbing, foundation, and more. This is truly your security blanket, helping you catch small issues before they become major issues. And yes, your inspector might even flag the things like squeaky hinges, but that's their job. It's better to be safe than sorry in the end. And then we have the cost for property tax adjustments. You have to be aware of this. If the seller has already prepaid property taxes for the year, you'll reimburse them for your portion, depending on when you close in the year. It's not really an extra fee, it's just a way of balancing who pays for what. I like to explain it like this. You lived here part of the year, I'll cover my part of the year. Now we have our insurance premiums and other fees. This is the rest of what we gotta cover and the other costs that's involved. Home insurance will typically cost you between $800 and $1,200 annually. If you're putting down less than 20%, you'll also have CMHC mortgage insurance, but that's usually rolled into your mortgage. You'll also have some utility connection fees, which come $100 to $300, moving costs, which can be $500 to $1,500, depending on how far you're moving from. This is where a good budget upfront takes away 90% of your closing stress. And a little pro tip, always add a pizza and beer fund for moving day. Trust me, you're gonna need it at times. So let's take a look at a breakdown. Let's put it all together with a real life example. So for that $400,000 home, your closing costs might look like this. Land transfer tax, $4,000. $1,250 legal fees, $300 title insurance, $500 for the inspection, property and adjustments around $1,000, insurance around $1,000, miscellaneous another $500. So that brings your total closing cost to approximately $8,500 to $9,000. Now you know exactly what to expect, no blind spots, all full of confidence. And knowing this ahead of time means you'll actually sleep great leading up to closing day, and you'll have to call your parents to let them know you have it covered and they don't need to come help you out. So buying a home is exciting, but it's even better when you fully understand the numbers ahead of time. Land transfer tax, legal fees, inspections, insurance, property tax adjustments, and a little room for those small extras. If you're planning to buy in Moncton or anywhere in New Brunswick, I'd love to help walk you through the process with no surprises at all. Message me anytime, no pressure, just honest advice. And if you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button for weekly Moncton real estate videos. I'm Sheldon Drover. Clear guidance, local expertise, trusted results. See you next one.